I know I got the sun directly on me and I'm squinting, but my God, it's a beautiful day and I need to have the sun shining on me, on my skin, and on my face. So here we are. So, anyways, my name's Amanda, and thank you for clicking on this video and welcome back. Today, I want to talk about the salad dressing Dorothy Lynch. Um, so, what do you know about Dorothy Lynch? What do you know about salad dressings? Do you like salad dressings? Do you typically use salad dressings? And if so, what's your favorite salad dressing? Most likely ranch, because that's pretty much everyone's favorite salad dressing. Ranch does seem to get all the acclaim, it gets all the celebration. Plus, a number of foods come in ranch flavors. Ranch actually first hit the market back in 1950. So, salad dressing has been around since they have been using simple vinaigrettes, which is just vinegar and salt. This ancient concoction dates back nearly 2,000 years to ancient Babylonians. But we are not here to talk about just any salad dressing. No, we want to talk about a specific salad dressing, the radiant, exquisite, and breathtakingly lovely Miss Dorothy Lynch and her dressing. Now, yes, that's right. Dorothy Lynch is a real living person, or was a real living person. Dorothy and her husband Arthur ran a restaurant at the American Legion Club in St. Paul, Nebraska, back in the late 1940s. The homemade dressing was so popular that the local patrons would bring in their own jars and jugs just to have them filled. Dorothy Lynch began commercializing her dressing and with the help of her family began producing the dressing in bulk. First at the Legion Club, and then in a basement, and then eventually they moved production to St. Paul where Dorothy and her daughters operated the Red Carpet Salon. She had her dressing patented back in 1951. Then in 1964, the recipe was sold to Gordon Mack Hull, and the production moved to Columbus, Nebraska in 1979. But it kept its original namesake, that of Dorothy Lynch. All the dressing, which is also used as a dip and a condiment, which is what Wikipedia says, in Nebraska. And that's what it says. It just says in Nebraska. So does this happen nowhere else? In fact, I know that that is false because I don't live in Nebraska, and my mom has used this, and this is like her favorite dressing. She's used it my whole life. It is a reddish orange dressing that resembles a French dressing with the addition of celery root. Now, I currently love an Italian vinaigrette on a salad, a ranch with veggies, or with pizza. And in the past, I've really had like romances with like Thousand Island dressing. But on the other hand, my husband hates any kind of salad dressing. Like he literally will not. I send him salads with chicken and bacon bits and stuff, olives. Absolutely dry though. He does not want any kind of salad dressing on it, not even vinaigrette. But growing up, Dorothy Lynch was a staple and always in the refrigerator. And that's why I want to try this out again. I want to taste test this again and just see if my memory is correct. If my memory serves me, when I was a kid, I did not like Dorothy Lynch. But we're gonna see today what we think. So please join me. Literally, I'm going to make these bagel bites to try pizza so that we can have like pizza dipped with Dorothy Lynch instead of ranch. And these are like, this is ice. This is dangerous and I might get food poisoning. Hey guys, so I am back outside again and I would like to introduce you formally to Miss Dorothy Lynch. Dorothy Lynch has joined the chat, guys. Here she is. As you see, she is like orangey. She's got some like little pieces of like pepper in her as well. Very like tomato based looking. Let's read a little bit about Dorothy Lynch here on the bottle, okay? It says Dorothy Lynch since 1964. Is that what I said earlier? I hope so, because that's what it says on the bottle. And what I had was off of Wikipedia, and I don't have my notebook with me right now. So, editing Amanda, hopefully, we'll put up there the original one, home style, sweet and spicy dressing and condiments. So again, this is like to be used on salad, but also can be used like dipping your pizza in as a condiment, or dipping carrots in, or things like that, like a cucumber. So we'll try that in just a bit. Um, it says here, how do you capture Midwestern magic in a bottle? Well, you start with a family recipe that's over 60 years old, carry it down for generations, and produce it in Duncan, Nebraska, population 388. So they're really buying into this like hometown, small town, but it does say Nebraska, so that is, that's looking like that's spot on. You share it with your friends and your family. You take it to tailgates, to Thanksgiving dinners. You use it for luncheons and for snack times. You pour it on salads. Sure, but you find yourself using it for dips and marinades too. You dunk it, you drizzle it, you put it on everything because life is better when it tastes like home. And you call it Dorothy Lynch. Well, that was like freaking poetry. Um, so yeah, I mean, good Lord, she is a refined woman. So let me go ahead and get some in a little bowl here, and we're just gonna try some straight up. I'm gonna try some on some cucumber, and then maybe dip some pizza in it, and maybe look and see if there's any other crazy recipes that we can find. So stay tuned. Here we go. All right, we're gonna open it up. We're gonna pour a little bit out and just kind of see. Gonna have one of those. Yep. Ooh, it splashed in my mouth. I tasted it already. Okay, hold on. Okay, you see how it's like thick? It's like a thick. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to taste just a touch. It's the same as what splashed in my mouth. It's like zingy. It's sweeter than I remember. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, I'm going to try some with a cucumber. It doesn't even like really stick on the cucumber very well. Oh. I mean, it's good. It's not bad. It's like just kind of sweet. Like the sweetness is kind of a surprise. So let me try with a bagel, the pizza bagel. What's he think? Our next item that we're gonna taste test here. There was suggestion online about using it like as a dip for pizza. You know how people use ranch? We dip pizza in ranch. So we're gonna try using Dorothy Lynch on a pizza bagel just to kind of see what that does. Again, there's like a sweetness to it. It's like French. It tastes very much like French, but like super sugary.
Yeah.
Okay, now for our final recipe, I just happened to do some digging on Reddit, and I came across what was called a redneck Midwestern white trash meal. And we have a cat crawling on the table with our meal, so this just is perfect. So I'm going to bring you along for this recipe. It sounded interesting, kind of weird and gross, and um, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try to make that recipe now. So it called for coleslaw. So we're going to start with a little bit of coleslaw in a container. And then it said, instead of putting the coleslaw dressing, to use the Dorothy Lynch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the remaining Dorothy Lynch I have here, and we're just going to pour that in. I'm going to try to put this in there and see. And then we're going to shake this up just to kind of get it coated. And if we need to add more, we can add more. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of afraid to put more in there because I don't really like the taste of it very much. And then what it said to do after making this coleslaw concoction was to take saltine crackers and to crumble them up and put them in, acting as if they are like croutons. So I'm going to take a few of these. Okay, so we're going to take the saltines and we're just going to crunch these up in the salad, and then we're going to give it one last final shake. Midwestern redneck salad. So we got coleslaw, Dorothy Lynch, and saltine crackers that are chopped, just kind of crushed up to make croutons. So let's try this out. Honestly, because the cold slaw is so like crispy and fresh, and because there wasn't that much Dorothy Lynch in there, it was actually pretty good. This was my favorite thing that I've had, and I think it's probably because there's the least amount of Dorothy Lynch in it. So apparently, in my adult years, my tastes have not changed much. So, all right, well, that's it for the taste test. Thank you. All right, well, thank you guys again for checking this video out. I know this is like weird and random. That's kind of how I am and how my life is. But yeah, I had been fixated on this for a minute because I remember my mom always having this in the fridge growing up, and I remember not really liking it. But there were times when I liked like sweet dressings. You know, like I had a time where I really loved Thousand Island dressing. That was solely what I would only eat. And now looking back, like that stuff's kind of gross. I don't know. Have you ever had, or have you ever tried Dorothy Lynch? And if you have, and if you like it, do you live in Nebraska? Is this truly something that is like only in the Midwest? If you're in Hawaii, have you ever heard of this? Or California or Maine? Is this something that is truly just in and around Nebraska? I don't know. Um, but anyways, thanks for joining me. Until next time, bye bye.